All right, cool. Welcome, welcome. Let's get started. We are live on YouTube. We are live here on Zoom, and this is Rocket Fuel Weekly. So we do this every Tuesday at 12:30 Central Time. Happy July. It is July 1st. Hope you guys are gearing up for a great summer. Have hopefully Friday off coming up and get to enjoy that time with maybe some family or loved ones. Let me share my screen, and we're going to go over some things on Genie Rocket, which is what we normally do. And then just like always, if you guys have any specific questions you have would like to get answered, you can put it in here and I will help you get those answered. So I'm going to show you guys a feature that's fairly new that is called quizzes. Now, a quiz you've probably seen before is a great way to capture lead information. And eventually you can use that to nurture into a booked appointment, into a phone call. But it's a great place to start. Now, the important thing about quizzes is that you have a strong curiosity hook. So you've got to think about what kind of questions do I ask my dream customer that I can actually give them a meaningful and measurable result that they'd be interested in going through that process. That is the trickiest part. It's easy to create a quiz. The hard part is knowing what kind of quiz should we actually be doing. So I'm going to pull up, sorry, I had the wrong account here. Let me pull up one here we just did. So I'm going to show you an example for a quiz that we're doing for a virtual assistant company and why it makes sense. And hopefully we'll get your wheels spinning on how you could do this for your business. So let me share my screen here. All right, and if you don't see quizzes on your account, you can let support know. They can turn it on for some, it's kind of a newer feature, so sometimes they've got to do a couple things to get it turned on. But basically, whenever you're logged into your Genie Rocket account and you go to Sites and Funnels on the left-hand side, you're going to see at the very top bar here where it says Quizzes. And then in Quizzes, you have the builder, and then you have the submissions. Pretty easy. And all you're going to do here is add a quiz. If you want to view existing templates, there's a lot of quiz templates you can choose from. If you like the look and feel of either of these, you can modify, or you can just start from scratch. So the quiz that we were doing for this client, or that this client is doing, is pretty simple. So it's about how to know if you have chaos in your business, how to avoid chaos from hiring the wrong virtual assistant. So all we're doing is we're asking these questions. And you can see there's a little progress bar down here, and I'll show you in application how we're going to use this. But instead of asking a lead if they're ready to book an appointment, there's a lot more likelihood that a lead will be engaged and responsive if we take them into a lead magnet, and a quiz is a type of lead magnet. So we're helping this person that's thinking about hiring a virtual assistant how to know what the best type of virtual assistant is and how to avoid a bad virtual assistant. So when they click this link, they're going to go to a page and they're going to get these questions one at a time. And all you have to do over here is just drag and drop the kind of questions you want to ask. Pretty simple. So that can be a single choice, a multiple choice, a yes, no response, a short answer, a long answer, a number, a single drop down, a multiple drop down, and then you've got all your standard fields here too. So we always want to start with the questions and not necessarily with all the contact information. So there's more likelihood someone's going to stay to the very end and then complete the survey or their quiz by filling out their information. So we just go here. It's really easy. Once you drag in single choice, just over here on the right, you are going to put in your questions. And then you can actually, this is a little more advanced, but you can see under each of the questions, you can select a category and you can select a score. So if we want a category, we can add categories, and this will just help manage the way that this looks, put them all in a certain category, and then a score is going to actually give it points. So at the very end, we can have it score them, add up a certain number, or give them like a good, better, best score. So those are all available there. You can play around with. And again, if you have any specific questions too, we've got live chat support as you're building this out and you're stuck. They can help you there. So each of the questions we are going to put on a new page, and we're just going to ask those questions one at a time. Pretty simple. And then it's going to end up on this results template. And then on this results template, this is where you can give it a name. You can actually have it impact the score, and you can create these score tiers. So again, remember, each question can have a score number, and you can say if it's from this to this, that to that, this to this, it's going to be one of these colors, and it's going to show like this to your client. So if you gave them an overall score, like for example, if we're saying how to avoid a bad virtual assistant hire, if you're looking for this, this is the chances that you're going to be making a mistake on your hire. We want to help you avoid that mistake. So in order to do that, we want you to do blank, which is probably going to be schedule a consultation. So this is a really neat feature, again, because it dynamically will give the result or the score at the end of it, and then you can clearly call them to a next step or next action on that results page. Once you have this done, we're going to click on integrate, and we're just going to copy this code right here, this embed code. So we're going to copy that, and then we're going to actually put this on a page. So we're going to go to funnels, and then we've got a special page we made for this called the Chaos Quiz. And why this is important to do on a separate funnel page is this is where you get to control the entire experience. So you can see we've got the logo, a headline, a subheadline, another red call to action or emotional headline, the logo, and then some address information, contact information down here. So where we want this to go, we are just going to add in this custom code. So on add element, we're just adding code right here. And then when we open the code editor, we just paste in that embed code we copied on that first step. We then have the option right here where it says preview custom code. You can actually click that and you can see what it looks like. And we put the brand orange color border around here, the brand orange color progress bar here. And so if we preview it now, you'll be able to see what it looks like. And so if we take people from an ad and then we go here, this is where we want them to take that quiz. Hiring help shouldn't create more chaos. Take the quiz before you bring the wrong virtual assistants into your business. And then they can go through here and start answering these questions. Now, again, this is still a work in progress, but I wanted to give you an idea of what that could look like. And obviously, we would want to add a contact step before we take them to this page. And then this is where we'd invite them into a consultation. So that is the new quiz feature on Genie Rocket. And if you have a service-based business, maybe it's a coaching program, consulting business, be thinking about how could you use a quiz to help further qualify your leads. It could be something like how to know if you're ready for blank. And you're asking really good questions. You just have to make sure that the questions aren't just geared towards being overly salesy. You want to provide real value. So at the end of this experience, they should feel like that you gave them some sort of value. You enlightened them on a concept. And then if they want to continue down that journey and get more help, they've got a very clear and easy way to do that. So that is the new quiz feature inside of Genie Rocket. And then just like surveys and forms, when someone does fill out one of these, they will land right here, and you will be able to view all the information that they filled out here, and it stays connected to that contact information. So if we ask for their name, email, phone number, by default, if we don't ask for it, we're not going to be able to pull all that data, but you can see it on the right-hand side, like you can see where they came from. So imagine if we asked for name, email, phone number, we'd have all that contact information. We'd be able to see the quiz that they filled out, even clicking here and seeing all of the answers that were filled out from that quiz. So pretty powerful stuff. One thing I did want to bring up, I usually do these defaults in most of these Rocket Fuel Weeklies, is if you want the latest and greatest things coming out, make sure under settings that you click on labs and that you have all of these boxes checked. You can see when it actually comes out public for everyone, like so live in 30 days. But if you just want like the latest and greatest and want to make sure you're not missing out, and maybe you just like shiny objects, which I do too, this is the spot where you can go and get those turned on so you can see what all is coming out, what all has recently come out, and get early access to those details. So that is quizzes. You might have seen the chat widget show up on there. The chat widget is very critical if you are driving traffic to your website. If you don't have a chat widget, there's a chance that you're missing out on lots of great conversations. One stat I heard many years ago, and I'm sure this is probably true, is only about 2 to 3% of people actually fill out contact forms when they come to a site, but you have a 20 to 30% on chat widgets like this here that people actually will come in here. And the reason why that is because chat is very conversational. It's very familiar, right? Think about when we're messaging people on social media, when we're texting people, we are always on a kind of conversational chat feel. So it just makes it where you can now add that to your site. And if your site's not built on Genie Rocket, you can get it for WordPress here. You can get a code and embed this on any website. Or if you have a site that's built in Genie Rocket, you can natively just flip a switch and embed that on here. Over here on the left is where you can customize it and change the style. And you'll see that in real time. I can get this moved out of the way. Over here, so you can change the color, you can change the look, you can change the icon, you can make it where it doesn't have a face to begin with, or it does. You can change the welcome message. If people come back after they've been given your information, you can welcome them back by name, and it will dynamically pull their information. And then you can also do some customization here with the widget position, a lot of different things. You then move on to chat window, and this is where you can get really specific of the information you want to collect. You can even have a redirect call to action, like for more information, visit our website. And then you can also do some of the messaging. So you can put all your information in here. And this just in general creates a very familiar experience for people. If you are on a website and you're actually looking to fill out a contact form or get more information, you're going to be a lot more likely to engage in a chat than you will to fill out a form. And I would even argue sometimes to pick up the phone and call. I think everything is, you know, older folks love picking up the phone and call. I think a lot of the younger generation will love chat. So this just gives you a chance to embed chat on your website. And you can make that whenever you do set up chat. You can decide if you want that to be a text message where it goes to their phone and your phone. If you want it to be just a normal live chat, where if you have someone that can be manning the website, back and forth conversation on live chat. You can also do WhatsApp as a new option. It's a little subscription payment. I think it's like 20, $30 if you're on WhatsApp. You can have this powered by WhatsApp, I believe. And then what's the other one? You can also do conversational AI, which is going to get us into our next segment here. If you just want to have AI be responding to people and even booking appointments, which is pretty cool. So let's take a look at that right now. I'm actually going to jump to Genie Rocket because I'm going to update one live on the fly with you, because saying this out loud made me realize I need to change the intent of my chatbot on our Genie Rocket website to get booked appointments for demos. So we're going to jump on that together. I'm going to see if there's any questions that have popped in yet here that I haven't already answered. So give me just a second here. Those of you watching live, welcome. Thanks for being here. Make sure to throw up any questions in the chat if you have it. I think I've got too many browser windows open right now. Oh, here we go. Okay, cool. Looks like we're all good on those. All right, so if I wanted to create a conversational AI chat widget that's going to help book appointments into a demo calendar in Genie Rocket, let's jump in and look at how to do this. I have a good sized team that does a lot of this tech work for me. So let's see if I can figure it out here. So we have all these options. So we've got the all-in-one chat. So integrate WhatsApp, live chat, email, all in one place, the SMS email chat, the live chat, the WhatsApp chat. All of those are great. I'm actually thinking we might start with the AI and conversational AI widget. So this is going to be like if we want an AI bot to be the one that answers questions here, we're actually going to start here first. This is AI agents, and we are going to create a bot, and we're going to make it an appointment booking bot. Very specific. So we're going to give it a brand voice. So I thought I already filled this one out. This is kind of a new feature. You can give a brand voice to your chat bot. So we're just going to create a new one. So let's do one for Genie Rocket. GenieRocket.com. We're going to leave some of this open. Describe your brand voice. We want to be engaging. Oh boy, so lots of information to fill out here. I might come back and do some of this. Target audience. We'll just do the required ones here so I can kind of show you how we build this all out. So target audience, we're going to say business owners, entrepreneurs, coaches, consultants, authors, speakers, and visionaries. Customer pain points. They have way too many software tools that don't talk to each other and frustrated with duct taping them all together and paying too much. All right, so I'm going to go fill some of this out later. Hopefully it lets me edit that. Yep. So edit that. We're going to go next here. So bot settings, we're going to call this the Genie Rocket Demo Bot. Preferred channels. Wow, we got a lot in here. Let's see how we want to do this. So this is going to be able to go over Instagram, Facebook, SMS, live chat. Sure, let's just do all of it. Wait time before responding. We're going to do 5 seconds. Actually, let's do 4 seconds. First message the bot will send. We're going to do very specific call to action, ready to see a live demo. We want to collect name, email, phone number. Yep. If we already have the information, it's going to skip it. What calendar do we want to use? Genie Rocket demo. Perfect. We can allow the bot to schedule or to cancel and reschedule. And email notification if the bot doesn't know the answer. We'll have that go to me right now. Okay. Save. Bot created successfully. So we are gonna do autopilot on here. And so now we've got the Genie Rocket demo bot. So we have that demo bot created. So what we are gonna do now, I'm actually gonna make this the default bot. So we're going to set this as the primary bot, confirm, save. And then we're going to go back here in Sites and Funnels. Go to our Genie Rocket site that, yes, was built in Genie Rocket. Shocker. And let's see if this worked. So default chat widget is what we want. So default chat widget is here. So let's see if I mess this up. There's a good chance I could have messed this up. But we're going to test this out and see. All right, so we get the Genie Rocket site, which if you guys have never seen video AI, go to genierocket.com and check this out. Like this right here is all AI video. And then if you click like 14-day free trial, that's AI video. Okay, ready to schedule a demo or have a question. How do I get a demo? Let's see if this works. So it's got all my information in there. So obviously I missed a setting. So I did screw it up. Yay. Okay, so we're going to go back to AI agents. And conversation AI. This is the Genie Rocket demo bot. We have it on autopilot. So we're going to look at settings here. This is a really good, just kind of behind the scenes of what to do. Like if you're trying to set this up like me, and you're trying to figure out how to get it dialed in just right. Okay. Bot goals. Yep, appointment booking is the goal. I think I actually know what we need to do here. Let me just check this out. So neat dashboard here. This is all brand new. Okay, so now I'm going to go to see, that's our AI agents. And then we're going to go back to our chat bot here. So sites and funnels. And chat widget. And here's the default chat widget. Chat window, messaging. Okay, so this is where we go in here. So it's using the default chat widget right here. Yep, so that all looks right. Chat window, title and intro. Ready to schedule a demo or have a question. Yep. And messaging. That all looks right, so we're going to save that. Awesome. So now this is the SMS email chat. So this should be working. The one thing that I would just recommend, like as you're playing around with this and checking this out, just make sure that you do some like live testing on here. So you can have like unlimited chat bots and they can be on unlimited amount of sites. And obviously, as you can tell too, it's like a little bit of work to go between like the AI agents and the chat bot. But when you get it dialed in, it can work really well. And what's new and pretty neat is your knowledge base. So this is all the data that your chat widget is going to pull from. So if you're doing like a program or have a product or service, you can actually tie a chatbot to a knowledge base, and that's where it's going to pull all the information of where it learns about your products, your services, your programs, all that information. Pretty soon, I don't know if this is live yet, you'll be able to add files to it as well. So right now you can have it crawl a website. You can put in your own FAQs here. Oh yeah, table. Pretty soon you'll be able to add a table here for it to read. And so think about everything you're training the bot on is going to be right there that it pulls from. And if you haven't experienced voice AI yet, that is where you can actually get a phone number from Genie Rocket, and AI will answer those calls, and you can have it to pick out a voice, tie it into a knowledge base. You can have it forward to different people at different times, and it even keeps a dashboard and log of all of the calls that come in and where they're going, et cetera. And then you can run reports of all those calls of all agents. We have ours turned off right now as we're testing with it. But it's a really great way just to have where someone is always answering a call, and you can change all that data there. So guys, that's it for today. Thanks for tuning in. I really hope that you got some good value out of this. I can't wait to see what you do with Genie Rocket. And stay tuned, because the world of just AI and automation is continuing to get wilder and wilder, and we are at the cutting edge of all those things. So hope this was helpful, and I will catch you guys next time. Have a great rest of your week.